Okay, welcome to part 1 of working with subtitles. This is a basic introduction on manually creating subtitles and adding them to your video project. Alright, let's get started. So first things first, locate the movie you want to add the subtitles to. I've just put mine here on the desktop. Now what we want to do is create a separate text file of a .srt extension. Now that extension refers to a subrip format. That's the one that we're going to be using. There are other formats, but that's the one that I'm going to show you today. There's no magic about it. It's pretty simple. Open a text editor and we can create a new document. Typically you do name it, or you can name it the same as your movie clip. So in my case I have a demo clip here of Ellerslie.mov, so I would name mine Ellerslie.srt. So if I do, I'll just quickly name that, and I'll save it to my desktop, and I will call that Ellerslie.srt. Okay, so that was pretty simple, and the format itself is very, very simple. I'm going to go copy and paste from my template here and explain what we have. So, like I said, no magic about it. Every time we want to create an entry, that's what your entry looks like. So the first entry that we want to create goes from a timestamp of 1 second to 2 seconds, and I've just shown that you can do multiple lines of text. Pretty simple. There's not much to it. The hard part actually comes from now transcribing the video. So you can go through the fun of opening your video
10 resolutions of manly honor
and listening to the track and trying to transcribe. So that is a possibility, and if you were to do that, if I was starting to add it to my movie clip, actually let me just play that again. So as we see,
this is a good way to kick this semester off. 10 resolutions of manly honor.
Okay, so we want to add subtitles to that. As we saw, there currently are no subtitles. So, having gone through earlier, now I just got to find that file, and here are some of the ones that I put together and was able to transcribe. This gives you an idea, saying that from the first one we want to put in is from 7 seconds to 10 seconds, and that's going to be what's shown. Then from 11 to 18, this is what I was also able to transcribe. Then from 19 to 24, there's the next one, and so on and so on. So what does that actually look like? If I save that, now, because it has the same name with the .srt extension, by default, most players, like VLC, will pick it up automatically. So if I run this now,
10 resolutions of manly honor. That's a good way to kick this semester off. 10 resolutions of manly honor. Before I get into what the 10 resolutions are, I sort of want to lay a little foundation that we can build upon and reason from.
Okay, so that seemed to work out quite well. Alright, now that we've successfully created a subtitle track for our video, that's great. I actually misspoke earlier saying that it had to be named the same, or if it was named the same, that the software would automatically pick it up. Something like VLC will automatically pick it up. That's not quite true. It's only if the first part matches. So if we rename this for an English version, it will also pick that up automatically. It doesn't really matter what it's named because we can always associate any file with it. It's just if it's in the same directory starting with the same name, then it will be picked up. So that works out well if we want to create, say, different language versions. So we have an English version. I'll copy and paste that and create a French version. So I'll call that .fr. Now, like I said, VLC, that's my video player, will automatically pick up both those tracks. So let's first differentiate here the French version. I don't actually know the French version to translate this, but just to show that it's a little different, and we'll add it here too. That will just denote that it has switched to the French version. So again, save that. Let's get rid of it, and let's open our file and see what we get.
10 resolutions.
So I'm going to pause that for a minute, and I'm going to show under video subtitle tracks. We're now showing two. So we can turn off subtitles, show, I'm guessing English came up first, alphabetically, just a guess, but let's see what switching to track 2 does.
Of manly honor. That's a good way to kick this semester off. 10 resolutions
there we go.
of manly
So we
honor.
have the French version running.
Before I get into what the 10 resolutions are, I sort of want to lay a little foundation that we can build upon.
Back to the first English version.
I have some other title options for this particular.
So there we go. So now we have multiple tracks in multiple languages. Okay, so now that we have our video with multiple subtitle tracks, what if you want to share this video and you want the subtitle tracks included? It's kind of a pain if you have to keep these external files kicking around. What I'm going to show you now is how to use a little program called Handbrake to actually encode the videos, but it will embed them into the actual video file. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to choose from the desktop the movie, and it will open it, and it goes through and scans it. What we're going to do is change the destination. Actually, let's go to the desktop, save. So this is going to create me an MPEG-4 file format. Normal's fine for my presets. I'm not going to get into all the settings and what you need to for encoding. Hopefully you know how to handle all that stuff. This is just showing you how to take it and add and embed the subtitles. So we've chosen the source file. It's going to output to an MPEG-4. I've clicked on the subtitles tab here because here's where we can add external subtitles. So we want to add English. Okay, and oops, I keep clicking the wrong thing. So it's saying what language that is. We're going to call that English, and that's good. Let's add our French. Open, and so now that will actually give us nice labels when it comes to choosing it. So that's all there is to it. So if we actually start encoding that, I will fast forward the video to jump to the end. Okay, so we're all done there. Let's take a look and see what we got. Just going to exit Handbrake. Okay, so first thing I need to do, actually let's move these out of the way so there's no accidental interference. So they're gone. So now I just have this single MPEG-4. So I'm going to make sure that that opens with VLC to keep everything the same.
10 resolutions of manly honor. That's a good way to kick this semester off. 10 resolutions of manly honor. Before I get into what the 10 resolutions are, I sort of want to lay a little...
Let's try actually choosing the file first. So by default, I guess it's disabled. So there we go. Let's turn the English on.
Foundation that we can build upon and reason from.
There we go. Let's switch that to French. Oops, let's back that up.
10 resolutions of manly honor. That's a good way to kick this semester off. 10 resolutions.
And there's the French version. So there we have a single file with the subtitles embedded, but they are switchable. So that should give you everything that you need. We're going to move on now to part 2, where I actually use Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects to automatically transcribe the audio to text. It's not 100% accurate, but as you can see, you probably get incredibly tired of listening to the same file over and over and over again trying to transcribe it. And for anything past 5 minutes, it's not practical to do manually. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to send them to the address on the screen.